All right. All right. Doing another live stream here and things. Yeah, I did read the comments the other day, a few days ago and things. I ignored a lot of the bad ones and just read the good ones and stuff. So you guys may be getting a notification that I have gone live. This is not going to be super long live. I'm going to keep this one to about 30 minutes and things. Today is Saturday, February the 21st, 2026, man. Yeah, this year is already moving, man. Pretty soon we'll be in midterms. But yeah, so excuse me. Other than that, I'm just waiting on you guys to come into the room, to the live stream where we're going to get started here. And we're going to be talking about Trump outsmarted the Supreme Court tariff ruling. Man, that's why I just say, though, when you bet on Trump, you always win, ladies and gentlemen, and things. So we're going to play the video in a minute. I'm just waiting for some people to come into the room, and then we're going to get started. It's just another great live stream, man. I just love doing live streams as much as I love doing shorts and things. So yeah, you guys will see my beautiful face, sure enough, So, yeah, so other than that, I did read the comments last time and things. And I thank you guys for coming on as well. I really appreciate you all. I'm going to keep the swearing to a bare minimum, you know what I'm saying? I sure am. Oh, man. Let me see here. We have, oh, yeah, Kurt. Yeah, man. You know what? I've been on, though, Kurt, man. I've been looking for you, man. I've been looking for you, man. A lot has changed, man. I've been moving up in the world, man. I've been moving up in the world, I've been getting a lot of haters. Ooh, I've been getting a lot of haters, but that's okay, though. They make the show. Man. Long time no see or hear. Oh, yeah, Sherry reached out to me last week, man. I talked to her on the comment section. She's still around. Yeah, I appreciate the thumbs up, man. But yeah, she's still around though too, and stuff. So yeah, man. Let me see. Let me take a look. Let me just let you see myself a little bit, man. I done moved up in the world, man. I'm over here, man. I'm over here doing my thing, man. Still doing my thing, man. But yeah, man, it's good to hear from you, man. I was gonna text you, man. I've been over here, man, trying to, raise some money, get this axle fixed on the car. It's no big deal, man. I'm just going to replace the whole darn thing. I'm not doing the CV joints and all that junk no more, man. And all these potholes, man, in the D, it's been bad, man. Can you believe it, man? It's like, I can believe it because this is Detroit, man. Big potholes. Bam, hit my car and just ripped the CV boot. Bam, I got to make sure the other one ain't messed up. I had a mechanic look at it, get a second opinion. I was hearing a little clickety click, 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 click when you kind of make those turns, right or left turns. But yeah, man. So, but other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the chat. Talking to a good friend of mine and a mod, by the way, you go by Omega. I still going to call him Omega, Omega, though. So, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. I'm going to play the video in a minute. I'm going to be about 30 minutes because I got to get going, try to keep these live streams down short. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Some Random Guy Speaks, right? All right, so let's go ahead on and do it, Let me see here. You said, been busy moving in line of steel. I'm about to HR manager. I know you're busy, man. We still got each other's information, so that's the main thing, though, man. I still plan on doing breakfast with you as well, too. But yeah, man, it's all good. Not a problem at all. So yeah, not a problem there, But yeah, so let's go ahead and get with it here. Yeah, so I'm gonna just say again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks, where I will share my thoughts, right, on the latest news trends, right? Sometimes it's just a random guy myself. I'm your host once again, Tony Love, no Diddy though, of course. And today we're going to be diving into a intriguing topic, Donald Trump and his recent maneuvering around the Supreme Court, So let's get it though, right? So let's set the scene. Many of you know, right, that tariffs have been a hot button topic in America, right? From the politics for years under Trump's administration, tariffs, right, were a key tool used to protect American industries. But as we know, right, the Supreme Court can and have the final say on these matters. Or can they? All right. So recently, there has been some fascinating developments, right? Trump has found ways, and not a way, but ways to navigate the complex landscape of these Supreme Court rulings, seemingly outsmarting the judicial system. But how? Well, let's break it down. The background, right? First off, right? Remember, the tariffs are essential taxes on imported goods. They can be used to encourage consumers to buy American products, which is Trump's primary focus in regards to this, right? Trump's administration imposed tariffs on various imports, particularly from China, citing national security concerns and unfair trade practices, right? Number two, Supreme Court rulings. Fast forward to the present, and the Supreme Court has made some rulings that challenge these tariffs. However, Trump has always had a knack for playing the long game because he's a builder. He always builds from the foundation and up. So what may be taking a long time because he's precise. He wants to make sure it's right. He goes by the Constitution, making it right. And this is why he has ways of getting around the people, right, in Supreme Court that tried to block this, right? He's not on the back down. He's not going to back down. That's another thing, though, right? Easily, right? But he has leverage, right? He has the public opinion, and he has a political base to push back against these rulings, which he does. Outsmarting the courts. Here where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Trump has effectively used executive orders and other strategies, right, measuring by bypassing some of the constraints imposed by the Supreme Courts, by framing tariffs as a national security issue. That's the key focus right there. National security issue. He, right, created a buffer against judicial, right, scrutiny, right? This tactic has raised eyebrows, but it's a classic Trump move, redefining the narrative and play to your strengths. This is exactly what it is, though, you know? So in regards to this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play this video, but these are some of the things that Trump has already understood, right? Because he already cited this thing. We've been getting all our products imported before, right? We don't really do a whole lot. We do exporting, but when we do exporting, they hit us with high tariffs and stuff like that. It was totally unfair. The way the whole system was set up, it was totally unfair in the beginning, right? So just kind of giving you guys some of these things, though, right, of what I'm talking about. So let me see here. What else here? I'm trying to think here before I go into the video. And then I'm going to get back to you on y'all comments and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you guys know my format of how I do things and stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah, so this is what some of the things that are Trump that's already been doing. And like I said before, he just outsmarted them, you know. Many people, I wouldn't say many, but there's some people that think that Trump is trapped, but he's not. In fact, you heard what he said. He's going to raise, in some places, he's going to lower the tariffs, and other things, he's going to raise the tariffs. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, when you bet on Trump, we always win, man, all the time, you know. This is the type of guy here. This is one of the main reasons why I voted for Trump in the first place. I voted for this, right? And you guys can see how things are straightening out. Not to worry about this situation, because this situation is under control. You heard Scott Bassett. You heard what he had to say about it. So they're just kind of breaking it down a little bit without getting all into the technical, because I started going in that section, start losing people, man. You know, we're not hardwired like that. We just want to get to the point, right? Get to the point. Get it, right? So let's go on and play the video first. I don't have a lot of time today like I used to these days. But yeah, let's go ahead and play that video. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, I got it queued up. There we go.
He is, quote, absolutely ashamed of the Supreme Court justices
I appreciate the
who
likes.
ruled
Thank you.
against him, striking down his global tariffs. By a 6-3 ruling, the High Court blocked the tariffs levied under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, delivering remarks that you just saw there at the White House just hours after the ruling came down. President Trump called them, quote, disloyal to our Constitution and lapdogs.
We have alternatives, great alternatives. Could be more money. We'll take in more money, and we'll be a lot stronger for it. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. We'll continue to do so. To show you how ridiculous the opinion is, however, the court said that I'm not allowed to charge even $1. I can't charge $1. Can't charge $1. I would have used 1 penny, but we don't make the pennies anymore. We save money. Can't charge $1 to any country under IEPA. Not $1. I assume to protect other countries. This must have been done to protect those other countries, certainly not the United States of America, which they should be interested in protecting. That's what they're supposed to be protecting. But I am allowed to cut off any and all trade or business with that same country. In other words, I can destroy the trade. I can destroy the country. I'm even allowed to impose a foreign country-destroying embargo. I can embargo. I can do anything I want, but I can't charge $1.
I appreciate the like. Thank you, guys.
Each of the 9 justices went on the issue. President Trump explaining that he has, quote, very powerful alternatives.
Oops, hold on for a minute. These are the judges right here, as you guys can see. Here's the majority. These were the 6. There's no surprise here. Coming from the left, it's no surprise. Look at Ketanji Jackson. Man, it's no surprise though, right? Regards to this, man. Oh, man, you can't make this ish up, man. You really can't. You really can't make this up, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Hold on for a minute. I made some upgrades, though, Omega. I got some upgrades here. And, for those that know how I do, hold on for a minute. I got to do it right.
Ooh, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
It sure will, though, man. It's going to be quite operational. That's what I say, man. This means nothing. Because like I said, though, and for the one brother that's in here in my chat and things, what's his, Octavius? Here it is, KT is already trying to break this down for you, though, man. He's asking you questions, though, you got to admit, you don't know anything about no tariffs. You just been reading stuff from CNN and all this other. You probably don't read anyway, just watching the news because you hate Trump. Just go ahead and say it for real. I'm going to call him Oct. You know what I'm saying? Just go on and say it for real. You a hater of Trump, just go and admit it. That'd be easier instead of going through all the other crap, Why don't you just admit that you just hate Trump? And you want to see it. If you want this man to lose, that means that you want the country to lose, which is too, why so negative? I know why most black folks are negative anyway, because this is coming from the Democrats. You have voted for Democrats all your life and you never gotten anything, It's a fact, though, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, boy. I tell you, man. So besides that, and I appreciate the likes, though, you guys know how I do, but these are the people right here. The stupid people are the 6 on the left. And they're so dumb, Trump still outmaneuvered them. So who's smart and who's dumb, right? The people on the left and the Supreme Court justices. Oh, my goodness. Boy, I tell you, boy, this is child's play right here, though. You don't have nothing, though. Just admit it, man. You don't have anything, It's like I said before. You don't have anything. If you had anything, they were over here gloating the other day, a few days ago, thought they had Trump in the corner. This is chess, though. Trump is 8-9 moves ahead, Your whole party is falling and burning. Did you realize that? You are leaderless. I'm going to finish playing the thing, though, but I had to get on here a little bit and kind of get him. Let me see here. Let me see what Omega has to say. Hold on for a minute. There you go. And he's telling you, right here, I don't get tax refunds. Tax refunds are for the poor, stupid, right? I'm a net taxpayer, right? It's a 1099. So am I, sir. We don't get refunds, right? When you in the real world, the poor gets a refund, dummy. Oh, my goodness. You can't make this. He's already letting you know where he's laying, though, because he's probably a W-4, W-2 worker, right? It's obvious, right? It's nothing wrong with W-2 workers. I used to be. But if real people in America pay taxes, the poor receive tax refunds, right? Gosh, dog it, man. Come on now. Say it with me now. Say it with me. So I'm going to play the rest of this video.
And here's a breakdown of how each of the 9 justices went on the issue. President Trump explaining that he has, quote, very powerful alternatives, pledging to impose that new 10% global tariff under a law. Now, he signed that order just hours later, saying it would be effective on all countries almost immediately. The order was issued under Section 122, and it applies in addition to the standard tariffs that are already in place. Now, appearing on Fox News Channel's The Will Cain Show, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was asked by Will about potential refunds on the tariffs paid over the last several months.
You mentioned the revenue will not change for Treasury, but what about the revenue you've already collected? What about the $175 billion? Do you anticipate having to make refunds at Treasury?
Well, I'm not going to get out ahead of the courts. And as the president said, the Supreme Court was very discombobulated on this. They didn't give any guidance on it. I think it's probably not 175. I think it's probably closer to 130, but still a substantial amount. They have remanded it back down to a lower court. And as Amy Coney Barrett said in the original hearing that I was at, this could be a mess. And this could take months, this could take years to litigate and to get to the payouts. And if there is a payout, it looks like it's just going to be the ultimate corporate welfare, because what you don't know is, did a Chinese supplier lower their price? So they lowered their price because of the tariff. The product came into the U.S., the buyer paid the tariff, but it was really the same price as before, but they're going to get a refund on the tariff.
And of course, that was Scott Bessent there on The Will Cain Show. And just about an hour ago, President Trump once again took to Truth Social to talk about this, saying, quote, my new hero is United States Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, and of course, Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that they want to make America great again.
And we need more Supreme Court, judges like these 3, as he mentioned, right? Because they are for making America great. The ones on the left do not share the same vision. It's about business and corruption and crooks as usual. As I said before, this is a syndicate where criminals protect criminals. Look how they've been running this country for a very, very long time. They've been running this country right into the ground, enriching themselves for us politically. Most of your politicians, right, are enriched themselves, especially on the left. And most of them are millionaires, right? They don't do a day. They don't do a thing. I'm gonna try to catch myself on the swear words, right? And then not only that, they sold the country out wholesale, right? They were making us weak and making these other nations strong, right? What type of person? What type of people that we could call that patriotic is not? These are what they call treason and things. That's what I call them. These are traitors of America, ladies and gentlemen. But we're in a better light. We're in a better situation right now. As long as Trump is leading the helm, he is the commander-in-chief, right? He's piloting this big, what we call America, and moving us into the right direction, So no matter what the courts say, tariffs are still on. You hear me? It's still on.
There are a lot of questions about exactly what happens next here, so I do want to bring in Elaine Dzenski the director and head of the Foundation for Defense of Democracy's Center on Economic and Financial Power. Elaine, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Thanks, Josh. Good to be here.
And of course, one of the big questions here, and this is one that we've been getting, it's actually two questions. What does this ruling do? What does it change, and what doesn't it change?
Right. So essentially what this ruling does is it restricts the president's ability to invoke IEPA as a mechanism for applying tariffs. So this impacts 5 different kinds of tariffs that the administration has deployed under IEPA. It doesn't say that the president can't use IEPA as a mechanism, but it can't be used in the application of tariffs. So this has an impact across a number of different actions that they've taken. Perhaps most importantly, the reciprocal tariffs that were levied globally earlier this year under that authority. So what does this mean? It means that the administration has to go back to other authorities where there is a more clear identification of that
There's
power
Detroit right there.
to levy a tariff.
That's Detroit, though.
And
You
we've
see it,
already seen
Omega,
that.
in the
You
backdrop.
mentioned the Section 122 opportunity to use that authority to apply tariffs. The president has already indicated, and I believe has signed a measure to do that, and that will bring a 10% reciprocal tariff on all
Traders
countries.
to the
So
left.
they're already deploying other mechanisms that are going to be used to try to stabilize the use of.
Yeah, 2 of these for sure are DEI hires, though, over here in the Supreme Court, though. They were put in here purposely. Yep, Sotomayor and Jackson.
Tariffs as they had intended.
And we actually just got another statement coming in on Truth Social moments ago from President Trump, and I want to read this here for the first time with you. It says, based on a thorough, detailed, and complete review of the ridiculous, poorly written, and extraordinarily anti-American decision on tariffs issued yesterday, after many months of contemplation by the United States Supreme Court, please let this statement serve to represent that I, as the President of the United States of America, will be effective immediately, raising the 10% worldwide tariff on countries, many of which have been, quote, ripping the U.S. off for decades without retribution until I came along, to the fully allowed and legally tested 15% level. During the next short number of months, the Trump administration will determine and issue the new and legally permissible tariffs, which will continue our extraordinarily successful process of making America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you for your attention.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming from Trump. Does this look like a loser here? That's why I say tariffs are on. They're not removed. They're still on. They're on, right? There we go. So, like showing the receipts and things like that. But, yeah, man, I appreciate you, Omega, for showing up here today and things. Boy, they are big mad. Well, make them mad, make them sad, boy. Hopefully they'll be glad, I just love trolling the trolls, though, boy, You ain't stopping nothing, huh? You're not stopping nothing, right? You are a loser, You gets nothing. Hold on, let me do it right. Hold on for a minute. All right, what's the point of having my sound bites if I don't use them, Oh, man, goodness. Oh, my gosh, man. This is just too easy. It's just too easy, though, man, Oh, man, though,
Problem is that our leaders are dumb.
They really are, though, Mr. Trump, or President Trump. Got to say it properly, right? That's our president. Our president we all know and love, though, Boy, I tell you, man. That's why they love coming to my channel, though, They really do, because they just love for me to troll them, And for people that are MAGA supporters, I appreciate you guys coming in today as well. I'll find that bite later, though. I got so many, though, man, I have so many. But, yeah, man, so let's go ahead on and where my time at here, man? Oh, man. That time goes by quick, man. It's almost 30 minutes. Can you believe that? Wow. Almost 30 minutes, But yeah, so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the winning circle right now, you know. So I appreciate you guys or whatever. And then for my trolls, oh, don't worry about it. Oh, my trolls. Oh, it's gonna be okay. You want some McDonald's? Thank you for the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you want some McDonald's? Oh, that's for my trolls, though. These are the people that are against our beautiful American society. They're against that, you know. So you got to troll the trolls every now and then, you know. Boy, I tell you, you don't have no footing here, you know. You have no leverage. No leverage at all, though, boy, you know. Boy, I tell you, boy. But, yeah, so I'm just over here looking at a few of these comments, though. And then for those that I see the 100s, I appreciate you as well. Let me go ahead and put that up. Only good ones get put up here on the board there, you know. There we go. There we go, you know. That is what's up. Yeah, I got my mod here today, though, so, you know, yeah. You know, so, you know, any type of unruly being called out of someone's name will get you timed out and eventually get you banned, you know. So therefore, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, I like here, you know. Thank you for the likes, though, too. Yeah, this is for Ak, by the way, though. And that's the thing about it, Omega, you know. He's a special moron, man, and things like that. How can you be against tariffs? We win because of tariffs. We winning now. We not losing now. We winning now. You ain't been able to defeat Trump then, and you can't do it now, boy. I tell you. What is this, David? Let me see here. That's David here. Trump. Let me see. Mega says if they built cars here in the U.S., we could afford it too. Exactly. This is what it's all about. Everything is being manufactured here in America, so therefore we could be able to afford it. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is about making America great again, you know. Trump has been exonerated from the Epstein list. It's a beautiful thing. But we know who hasn't been exonerated. The red wave, you got that right. Well, I call it the red tsunami. It's actually going to hit. It's already hitting here in America, you know, the red tsunami, you know. But I take the red wave too. It's all good. But the red tsunami, ladies and gentlemen, you know. But, yeah, we in a position. We're in the best position that we ever have. We have a relationship with Japan. I saw that one as well. Richard, you're absolutely right, though, sir. You're absolutely right. I'll take it either way, though. As long as we got some red something, right? Patrick says, yes, sir. Yep. They're still trying, though. Yeah, they're still trying, though. They're going to fight all the way. We know that, though, you know. Oh, yeah, let me show my face, man. What am I doing here? I ain't playing the video right. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, there I go. Yeah. Yep, yeah, yeah, there I go, finally. I noticed something was looking different. Yep, so this is the thing about it, man. Got my patriotic, got my flag in the background, man. A good old red, white, and blue, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's been beautiful, though, you know, well, what's going on. Let me see here. David says, let me see here. Wait a moment. Let me see here. Terry Williams says, you lose that a tax against the business that imports the products. I see that you are not smart at all. Terry Williams says that I'm not smart at all. Terry, I can tell already that you don't even understand how tariffs work. You don't even know who the tariff men of America before Trump. You act like this is something brand new. You do not understand at all. You don't know history, I can tell. You know, you just emotionally triggered like most liberals. No information, no knowledge. You just right off the cuff. This is why this is too easy. Do I look like I'm triggered about what you got going on? Absolutely not, though, Terry. You need a learning lesson, a history lesson, actually. That's the first thing. Let's start with that. Let's start with a history lesson first in regards to the tariffs. Yeah, I bet he can name one. I give it to you. Can you name one president out of many that were tariff men before Trump? Can you do that? Let me see here. So while I get on that, let's get off of Terry because he ain't talking about nothing. Let me see here. David says, we are making cars here. just can't make them in Germany. Tariffs protect our manufacturers, right? Yep. And say, yes, sir, Richard says. Yeah. I mean, yeah, protect our manufacturers. Yes, that's what it's all about. We're trying to protect America's great manufacturing. You know, this is where it always started. It started here in America. They act like this is a new concept or something. But what it is that they just hate Trump. Just admit it, though, Terry. You hate Trump. That's all. That's what it's about. And when you hate Trump, you're trying to, we want America to lose, right? We've been losing. Obama didn't do crap. I already went in on Obama the last live stream I did, right? It was easy. Let me see. Omega says, that is what the anti-tariff people don't get. It's a leverage to force foreign companies, right, to invest in the United States. Plain and simple. It would be more profitable to build plants in the United States. That is why Japan and Korea, why Japan and Korea, exactly. We have a relationship with them where they're going to be building manufacturing here in the United States, right? The semiconductors and all the rest of this stuff. That's why I can tell this guy, Terry Williams, is not a smart guy at all. And what's the other one? Ock is not smart in here. These are black men, ladies and gentlemen, that are emotionally triggered, upset, right? Richard said, okay, I need a hug, you know. I got them covered. Oh, it's okay. Terry Williams, it's okay. You do need a hug, and that's okay, though. You in the right room, though. I'm going to get you some McDonald's, though. I'm going to get you some McDonald's. No, you didn't explain what the tariffs are. The stuff that you're reading is that 101 deep state propaganda crap. Because if you really, what Omega said is absolutely correct. That's how tariffs work, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. Wow, man, I tell you, man. You can't fix stupid, ladies and gentlemen. Even if I tried, Trump derangement syndrome is what Ms. Chavez says, right? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You just can't fix stupid. Bravo, Trump. We need him. This is what the majority of the people saying, Terry. We need the tariffs to save American jobs, American businesses, American manufacturing. Everything is American. Well, I mean, are you American even? He's like, sir, do you blame Ronald Reagan for trickle-down politics? Now, you got to go way back to Ronald Reagan. In fact, that's where the term coined the phrase, make America great again. It came from, Ronald Reagan. This is exactly what it is. Eventually, if he would have been, let's say, attempt assassination on his life, he got shot, remember? Because he wanted to what? Audit the Federal Reserve, right? That'd get you shot, it'd get you killed, right? If it wasn't been for that, he would have eventually went after and did the same thing of what Trump is doing now. Remember, Trump got shot. Remember? Come on now. What are we talking about here, man? Come on. Terry, man. Do you want your bottle now or you wait till we get home? Baby is tired. Baby's tired. Who pays tariffs, sir? The nations around the world pay tariffs, sir. What you talking about? We have the leverage here. We have the largest market in the United States, right? Everybody want access to the American market. They're not getting it like they were getting it for free before, sir. It's your presidents in the past that was against America because they wanted America to lose while Germany, UK, right? All these other countries were winning before Trump. Straight like that, right? No, you got it wrong. Trump is not the swamp. The deep state is the swamp, right? Which is what Trump is draining. But see, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you have Trump derangement syndrome. I would have more respect for you guys just to say that you hate Trump. It'll make it a lot easier instead of going back and forth, trying to go with these questions and all this other stuff. Why don't we just go ahead and say it for what it really is, right? Just admit that you hate Trump. I can understand that because I could tell with the rhetoric, you hate Trump. It's obvious. So Omega says, Terry Williams, trickle down is a fallacy, right? For the Keynesians, right, to use against the monetary policies. You sound like one of the people who think Denmark is socialism, right? They are the Khazarians? Yeah, Khazarians. I butchered that one. Sorry, Omega. You know how I do, man. Yep. I mean, but the more and more you give information to them, the more and more they just can't seem to grasp it. Boy, I tell you, though, this is a thing about it, though. But it is what it is, though, you know. I'm going to go ahead and post that, though, too. Go ahead and post that right there. There we go. Yeah, and that brother right here is the historian for real. I mean, I know some things, but on some history, but that's, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's good to have you back, though, Omega. That is what's up, you know? Yeah, this is the thing about it, though. TDS. I will have, when you guys have more respect for these guys that, or women too, that come in here. I mean, just say I got Trump derangement syndrome. I hate this guy. They've been saying I don't like this guy. This ain't about liking. This is about saving the country. I ain't never seen a president that stood so much for the American people than Donald Trump. I said this on my last live, though, you know. But, you know, that's the thing about that. They just refuse. And this is not about us convincing them. But every time we say stuff, it just makes them look low IQ. It makes them look dumb and stupid. You know, that's where it goes, you know. But, yeah. So we're talking about in America, we are winning. Manufacturing now. We got more countries now that are setting up shop here in America, right? Who want to pay those high tariffs? This is the whole point, to bring the American companies back to America, because it was so unfair. Trying to do business in India, India was hitting us up. What is it, Omega? They were hitting us up about 200%, I do believe. And that was India. India is a shrewd country to do business in, man. People tried, man, was just failing, though. But they want to, these people here that's against Trump, he's the president. He should have respect. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been disrespect after disrespect after disrespect. It's really sad. It's pathetic how there was more people that were more patriotic back then than there is now, though. I mean, you really shouldn't be in the country if it was left up to me. I would really just go and deport people that really hate America. Just go and get them out of here. That's why we don't want them even on the Olympic team. I'm so glad that that's been taken care of. If you want to talk ish about America, why be here? Because you don't have the leverage at all. We do. Why be here? Why be in a country that's supposed to be so racist and so forth? Why be here, right? Hey, Tony, drink some water. Yeah, I know I sound a little perched, right? Tony, they drink. I know, right? I'm going to drink a little because you just make me think about that. Yeah, so Tony, it sounds like what Omega said. Here he says, hey, Tony, they drink the tap water, right? Yeah, it contains fluoride, and we know what fluoride causes, brain damage. I know that. You're right about that, Omega. It causes brain damage, you know. So that's why they say it's something in the water, you know. That's exactly what it is. Something in the water, you know. But, yeah, man, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Let me see here. Right guy said 200%. No, let me see. This guy said about 200%. No such thing. Blah blah blah. You know, blah blah blah. You know. Now everybody is the economic specialist. Now you didn't know what was going on, Danny Jackson. Though, you know, boy, that's why I tell you, man. You know, that's why I say, you know. They were hitting us high in India way before. Stop the BS, man. Who you think you're talking to, man? I can tell already, though. Why don't you just admit and say that Trump, that you just hate him? Why don't you just say that, man? Why we got to go through all the unpleasantries? It'd just be easier, right? Omega says most nations were hitting us with 100 or 200 tariffs for American products. You're absolutely correct, though, Omega. He don't know this, though. Because they don't talk about it on the news, the fake news. He think that what we have to say, like we're over here lying or something. That's why I say, man, it's just sad though, and things though. Kick rocks. Yeah. If that's addressed to me, and stuff, you know, I mean, I've been kicking rocks all my life, you know. It said, Robert says, go Trump. I know that's right. Hold on for a minute. I got to put some of you guys up here because, You know, you guys are, you know, this is what I'm saying. You want to make America great again. You know, let me see here. I want to make sure I don't miss too many people and things. Though you should have checked your stream. Most of the screens is blank. Well, the other one is blank up ahead of me though. Most people, if you see my other lives, let me see here. Who's that? Is that Star? Is that Straight? I'm gonna call you Star Straight. Okay. Yeah, most people that see my lives, I usually have like a dual window here, but I'm using another format here, so therefore I can play the video, right, and then I can be a picture-in-picture, you know. So I said, yeah, I figured out how to do that, which is pretty cool, right? Let me see here, the mega dilemma. Okay, the mega dilemma admit that they were, what's it? Cornered. Pedal. You got to keep in mind though. What's that? KIM. What's that? But at any event, Kima or whatever, you got to admit, Trump was exonerated once again. I mean, the ones that are in trouble are the people. There's people that have been resigning from top positions, CEOs and so forth. The list goes on and on and on. So if you didn't have nothing to hide, why resign? It's already said that Trump was working as an undercover FBI. I mean, yeah, working with the FBI as an undercover informant. Trump, in fact, is the one that brought Epstein down, right? Remember, the Democrats said they wanted this release. Trump had a trap for them, right? Just like he always have a trap for them. They've been running into traps after traps after traps. We already know recently they have taken down Prince Andrew. He's no longer a prince. He's just Andrew, but sitting behind bars, right? You know, his brother was on that list too. I'm just saying. Now, for people that been on that list and people that participated in, you know what, this is two different things. I wouldn't want to be implicated or have anything to do with this guy, Epstein, to be honest with you. So therefore, yeah, why did they take him down? Why did they take him? I mean, you seen him being arrested on his 66th birthday. Boy, what a birthday gift, boy, I tell you. Omega says many of them were raised on baby formula with tap water. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, though. You're absolutely right about that, Omega. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, just say it. Just say it now, right? Just say that, you know, people that hate Trump and you hate America, because that's who you stand against, right? Kima said you were conned by a con man. How so? Let's have a conversation, Kima. This is very interesting, though. You know, so you saying that I was conned? You saying that everybody in this country is conned? So I'm asking you a question right now, right? Tell me though, right? Tell me how we all were conned, right? I want to hear this, right? I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for him to say his piece, though, Omega. I just want to see what it is, though, you know, see what he knows. Maybe he knows something, right? He's saying that we all got conned by Trump. I mean, you know, this is interesting. Oh, my goodness. Omega says, Kima, you sound like a guzzy tap water and went to public school. So are you, Blue. Yeah, these people here, man, they are stupid, though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So is you stupid? It's like, are you stupid? We can already tell you went to public school anyway, right? It's supposed to be, are you stupid? And you can't even spell stupid right. Stupid is spelled with a U in it, right? Boy, this is crazy, man. You want to go? You want to play this? You want to play this game because you're looking really dumb and ignorant. You really want to play this game, right? Oh man, well I tell you, yeah. If that's what you well, here's the thing. Oh, you see it. This is just me. Prince Andrew. Hold on for a minute. Prince Andrew is at home and isn't charged with anything about sex or anything about Jeffrey Epstein's sex stuff. he got charged with inside trading. Well, why did he take his crown from him, though? Can you have your crown and still be, let's say, as far as inside trading? Huh? We know what it really is. Oh, my goodness. Right? Omega, can they take their crown away from him from inside trading? That don't result to getting your crown taken from you. But being on Epstein Island does. They know, everybody know he was on that island. It's on the list. I got the list. He was on that island. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, man. That's what I'm saying. But they trying to do, we want to do this. Right, Prince Andrew. Say pedo. Yeah, prices are going up, Prince Andrew. You know, even though me and Kima, whatever, we don't agree on a lot of stuff, but he's right about Prince Andrew. Yeah, that's right. You know, because you don't get your crown taken from you unless it's something really serious, right? Right? So, yeah, man. Omega saying, Kima, yeah, saying, we'll call him Kima. So, I guess tariffs didn't get Japan or Korea to build plants in the United States. You know nothing. Thanks for playing. Exactly, though, man. I mean, that's the whole thing about it. We have a beautiful... Come on, Kima. You got to come better than that. Just me. The crown was taken before the rest. I know this, but you don't take a crown, sir, unless something serious has happened. You want to believe that fallacy if you want to. Nice try. It's not going to happen. You get your crown taken for people that have been on that island because he already knew. And more of the implications are coming out with him anyway. They have evidence that he was on the island and other evidence with, you know what? You know, that's what gets your crown taken from you. So touche to you, right? Once again. Yep. So here it is. Omega says it has nothing to do with inside trading. Exactly. It has more to do with him giving national secrets on the island. Yeah, because he was already black. If you're let's say blackmailed to give up secrets, if you're caught in a compromising position, I'm just speaking this in general, right? I mean, you know. Boy, I tell you, Prince Harry. Okay, now we jump into Prince Harry now has lost his crown also. Yeah, but I know that. I know Prince Harry has lost his crown also. You know, with that, Mary Margot and all this other kind of stuff. I get it, you know. I get it. But yeah, this is the thing though. It's not just Prince Andrew that we talk. Well, I can't call him Prince no more. We ain't talking about Prince. We ain't talking about. I can't help it. We ain't talking about Andrew no more, right? We're talking about a lot of people, right, that have resigned. We're talking about people of prominence, right? People that are CEOs and politicians and so forth that have resigned because they already know you resign or you quit if the implications, because it's going to come out. I mean, you even had George Clooney moved over there to Paris, France, right? Ellen DeGeneres, right? What about Oprah and all the rest of them, right? Boy, I tell you, man. So it's just a matter of time. Listen to Whoopi Goldberg right now. Boy, Whoopi is Whoopi Goldberg. Thank you for the likes though too. I appreciate it. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, right? You know, or Whoopi Goldturd. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's the thing about it. Thank you for the likes though, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yep. You're an idiot. Oh, you're an idiot. That's all. You want to go to name calling? Oh, are you feeling upset? Oh, Harold. Oh my, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Tom Hanks is another one. Robert De Niro. Oh man, Harold, boy, you need a hug. If you're sensitive, and let me know. If you need a hug because you're sensitive, Harold, just let me know. You know. Boy, does the baby want some McDonald's? That's what I'm going to get it one more time. Oh, Harold. It's going to be old Cray. It's going to be old Cray. Cray. It's going to be old Cray. Oh, man. That's something. Boy, I hear it. Boy, here they come now, boy. I tell you, Omega says Harry can get his get his back. Yeah, I believe he can, because I haven't heard anything about Harry at all on the Epstein Island at all. Harry just let me see here, abdicated. Okay, abdicated. Right. His dad is the king, and if he can get it back, right, which I believe he could. Whoopi and Joy from The View are on the list. Absolutely. They're on the list. I saw that too. Trump's, no, he's not. Rick, just go and admit it that you are a Trump derangement syndrome person. Just admit it. Well, can you guys just admit it? Yeah, I know you, I mean, you don't have no problems admitting about Trump being dumb and all this other stuff. Trump derangement, well, how can he be a pedo if he was an informant? He was working undercover, and plus he's been exonerated from all the accusations. For you saying that, you can end up with a lawsuit. This is called slander, sir. You can't, without no facts or whatever. The people that was on that list, Clintons and all the rest of them, right? Look at how strange Hillary is looking right now, right? And things. The people we're talking about is people on the list, right? There's many more. I like that. Miss Sharp, yeah, Sharp Head said she like that bottle. Boy, we got that bottle for him, boy. Rick says Trump pedo. Yeah, Rick, you just gonna keep saying it, right? You're not bothering me, but you just gonna keep saying it though, right? I mean, it's on deaf ears. You make yourself look more foolish. That's why we know that you have Trump derangement syndrome. You just refuse to you just overlooking the facts. You just refuse, and that's all right. This ain't about convincing TDS people. It's not. I'm just here bringing facts. Let me see here. Survive Obama's BBC. Oh, boy. Is that your baby? No, that's not my baby, but that is a baby, though. Don't let the Demo KKK rats, you know you have a baby, I don't have a baby, though, sir, but, I just like doing it because they do act like babies, Yep. They're my babies. These are my Demo KKK rat babies. Hillary definitely eating the jerky. Yes, they got some serious issues, though. I would say legal concerns, though, too, for us with the Clintons and so forth. This stuff with Obama, Russia. It's like a whole movie that we're watching. Everything is being exposed now, Yep, liberal tears. Yeah, the liberal tears, though, Tracker. Yeah, they just come in. I'm so used to them. They come in the room and stuff, and they get upset. Trump derangement syndrome and stuff. Man, they be crashing out. Some of them be crashing out big time. And the only reason that they not now, because they don't want to be blocked out of here. They see I have a mod. I actually have several mods, actually. I just been missing the times, but I am going to sync up with Omega's time, though, or whatever, to have law and order back in the room. Law and order. Rick says, Trump, yeah, see, there you go again, pedo. Are you, oh my gosh, there you go. I knew he was going to do it, though, Rick. Rick, just admit, you don't have nothing, man. You just make yourself look dumb and stupid. You don't have nothing. Just admit it. You have lost. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you, man. Let me see here. What you have to say. Please explain how in Jesus' world he lived 2 to 3 miles away from Epstein Island. You talking about little St. John, Anybody can live. Here it is, though. Let's go further. Let's go a step further. We ain't got to do the miles. That's like me having a big, beautiful home, right, in Florida. Epstein lives down the street. Does that mean that I'm a pedo and everybody in the neighborhood is a pedo because Epstein live on the block? Last that I checked, Epstein had his own island. It was called Little St. John, right? Little St. John, right? That was the island that he purchased. He had a whole island to himself, right? So how can you correlate that to, are you trying to say Mar-a-Lago? That's what it's kind of like you're kind of implicating something. Let's give up. The logic is flawed. You just can't do it. You try to thread the needle and it's not working. It's just not working. You can't do it. Boy, you can't do it. Boy, I tell you. Yeah, though, but yeah, that's what I say, boy. And they thought, you know what though, Omega in Room and Gang, they really thought that they had something with Trump, right? Because when the news broke out, I got it on Ground News. My buddy called me up. I was still asleep. He woke me up in the morning to tell me that the Supreme Court ruling, blocked the tariffs. I didn't go into panic because, like I said, when you play a chess player, you have to be far ahead. See, Democrats play checkers. They fell into all of Trump's traps. Trump been laying traps down. Bam, they were running over here, and here it is, a bear trap here, Oh, man, you can't make this ish up. You really can't. You cannot make this stuff up. And this is the reason, though, right? I mean, once again, Trump has masterfully played the left, like Jeff to the left, man. They don't have a clue. They have played into his traps, right? And you constantly are playing into Trump's traps. Trump is the master chess player, while they still over here trying to learn how to play chess. Man, it's really just laughable at this point, though. It really is. So, you either go to name calling. They thought they had a victory. They had smiles on their face. Even the fake news anchor people, CNN and all them, they all thought they had something. Oh, yeah, he got to run all that money back. He got to pay that. Oh, boy, I tell you, man. Oh, man. Let me see here. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to read some of your comments, and then I got to go. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, Little St. John's. Or Little St. James. Oh, yeah. Is it Little St. John's? Little St. James? Yeah, I think it's Little St. James. I said Little St. John's. Little St. James Island, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate the correction. See, I'm not perfect either now. I can admit when I'm wrong, right? Just Me says, people live next to Jeffrey Dahmer, and they did the same thing he did. Don't tariffs hurt us as Americans? No, they don't. Because we always have give a little history of America. America have always been set up as a tariff nation way before the Federal Reserve ever came into existence. Especially before, what's the dates on that? But at any event, we were always receiving imports and goods, right, from like other nations. And this is what the tariffs, they, in order to play in our market, we charge them, right? It is not an internal system of what the Federal Reserve set up, where they rely on the taxpayers from the people individually. The tariffs rely on countries and nations of the world, right? If they want to sell goods in here, they pay America the tariff, and then the tariffs are collected and they go into the treasury. We're not supposed to even have a Federal Reserve in the first place. But I get it, and I understand your question, and I do like how you asked the question without being disrespectful, right? So what hurt America is allowing these other countries to sell goods over here, because they pretty much just got rid of the tariffs. When we started to sell goods in America, for the few companies we had left, manufacturing and so forth, they ran a lot of our American business overseas because of the tariffs, right? So they figure, okay, if I've set up a shop in China, and then I can send products back to America with little or no tariffs at all, what ended up happening, right? We as Americans lose because the Federal Reserve banking system is not, the tariffs destroy the federal banking system. They need the people. They purposely set this up where the people, which is us in America, we pay the taxes. This is why they call it an internal, we're talking about the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. It's coming internally. This is what hurts Americans. Taxes are unlawful. This is why when Trump eventually take a hold and control of the Federal Reserve, I could see it being decimated along with the IRS, right? It has to be removed. And then the 16th Amendment would have to be ratified, right? Right. It has to be, eradicated, right? It has to be changed because They even set up the Federal Reserve Act, right? That is currently in place, right? It's just a loan sharking. This is not, thank you for the likes. This is a loan sharking operation. The thing that's happening against us, the reason why we are catching it now, I mean, they have created inflation. They took us off the gold standard in 71 under Richard Nixon, right? And it's been downhill ever since. The petrodollar, right? The fiat currency, right? All this stuff happened. They've been enriching these other countries in the world and robbing the people here in America, robbing the American people, right? This is what the people that don't understand this, they're rooting for the banksters, which control the Federal Reserve. We don't know who their members are because their members are very secret, right? They're the ones that orchestrate wars. This is another thing. Every time a war happens, they create enemies, false flag operations to get the United States involved in the wars. More war, more this, more inflation. It's a debt mechanism designed to keep us in debt forever. They don't even like the fact that Trump even want to pay off the $36 trillion deficit. We may not even owe that much because if we can find fault, which I'm sure we can, well, we don't even have to pay off the full amount. So this is basically what it is in a nutshell. This is way more technical stuff regards to that. I'm just trying to summarize in some stuff because if you don't even know this much, you're lost in the sauce. I'm just talking about for people that don't know at all. But we have a thing that people are ruled by Trump derangement syndrome, right? That's the focal point of this thing. They act like if Trump loses, America wins. No, you don't understand. You're sadly mistaken. If Trump loses, America loses. You live in America too. And these billionaires and millionaires do not give a you know what about you, especially on the left. They don't, just like with the rhinos, all of them are the same progressive people that are the enemies of America, though. You think Gavin Newsom, AOC, Jasmine, Hood Crockett, and all the rest of them, you think that they care about you, Chuck Schumer, right? Adam Pencilneck, Shifty Schiff, you think that these people care about you? They have all enriched themselves off the backs of the American people. This is why we're in this situation now. Just look it up. And this ain't Trump derangement syndrome. These are facts. The people that bid against you are the people that you've been voted for on the left. That's exactly what it is. Makes none of me. As long as we know is that we're going to win. We are winning. We are winning, ladies and gentlemen. We are winning. I call Nancy Drew back later. Nancy Drew, But yeah, so other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, I'm way over my time, man. It's an hour. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Omega 2, man. I'm gonna get to the rest of you guys' comments offline because I have a way of doing it now. Finally, you know what I'm saying? And I really do. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys have really, came in here, showed up, showed out and things. I appreciate the likes as well, How you guys like my new format? You guys like it this way, you like it the other way. That's what I mean. I meant to ask you guys in the beginning. Do y'all like this new format? Or you like the old way where I have myself at the top and the information down at the bottom? See, I have a way of actually removing the camera too. You know what I'm saying? I can do that too, I like the new way though. You know what I'm saying? I could be picture in picture in there. What you guys think? Y'all like the new system? I mean the new setup, I should say. I got this space in the middle because I can always add something there too. But you guys like the new system or the old system? Yeah. I like it now better. Okay, yeah. Jesse, I remember you before, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, that's why I like the new system too, man. You know what I'm saying? I like it a lot better. And things though too. So yeah. Yeah, Maker, see I got my nice red yeah, everything is red. Miss Chavez like it too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You like it as well? Yeah, I like it too, though. I can always change the backdrop and things. But yeah, I'm working it out and actually trying to get it more Hollywood. I got my producer as well that's been working with me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he always wanted me to make sure that I keep it down to at least an hour. Because since it happened all these long, time. Was it long, lives and stuff, Let me see here. What you guys have to say. Cheaper is better. Yep. U.S. have made the highest minimum wage. Cheaper is better. Yeah, the minimum wage ever. Yeah, that was under the old system though. Yeah, with that minimum wage and all that, because yeah, if you take the jobs out of America, and then this is one of the main reasons before I go, this is one of the biggest push. This is all, and by the way, this happened with both parties. Rhinos, which are liberals, both of them are liberals. That's why I don't even have to say, it's not like Rhinos, which is Republicans in name only. This is just a cosplay, as I said before. They're the same people. All of this is coming orchestrated from the left, because what they did is they played a very, very bad, wicked game on the American people. And what I mean by that is simply this. All they did is they created a system for themselves to enrich themselves, and with all these regulations that forced American manufacturing out of America to go cheaper in other places. And then they can't afford to pay the American people for what they're paying. So at the rate of what they're really worth, right? You had inflation that went up as well. So what ended up happening? You had to have illegals to come into the country. And that what's happening now? This has been happening. This has been going on for a long time. This is not just Biden. He just made it worse when they just didn't have the borders. They just allowed catch and release and all that. But prior to that, illegals have been entering in America for a very long time. And they are here, and they're doing the job, doing the laboring cheaper, right? They don't pay into the tax system, right? This is another thing, right? All they do is they take the money that they make and they send it back home for the most part of it, right? So they have created a system, right, that benefits them and hurt us as American people. And that's exactly what ended up happening. That's what ended up happening big time. So right now, Trump has stopped that with the tariffs. He said, hey, if you want to sell products in America, you got to pay the tariffs, right? The tariffs are collected and things. So the more tariffs that's being collected, because once he gets rid of the Federal Reserve, it's going to go back into the U.S. Treasury. They're the only people supposed to be minting the money anyway, right? But who mints the money? The Federal Reserve. It's a private banking institution. This is why we failed. They control politicians, right? They control companies. They control the presidents other than Trump. These are facts, straight like that. There's a book, once again, called The Creatures of Jekyll Island. I recommend you guys to read the book. If you haven't read that book or whatever, it explains a lot more in detail of how these people that were put into a place to hijack and take over America. This ain't the first time, though, too. Andrew Jackson in his time, right? 1871. Many people just thought 1776, or we beat the redcoats. What happened was, since 1871, is when America, right, we went right back under the crown, right? And we've been battling this, right? Thank you for the likes. Those that know, see, some of you guys are liking, y'all know the history. You know what I'm saying? So it's some very smart people in this room that know this stuff, you know? But I got to skedaddle. I appreciate you guys for coming in on, well, once again, with some random guy speaks, though. You know, you guys have really been rocking it out, though, coming in and things. I said I was going to keep the cussing at a very minimum. How am I doing, you know? But I appreciate you guys, just me, Omega, you know, many of you people, Miss Chavez, a lot of y'all that came in this room. I want to give some special shout-outs, though, too, you know? And even for the people that don't agree, and things. All I say is that I can't stop you from being TDS. That's just something, that's a personal thing, right? I don't have anything to do with that. But if you are willing to overlook that and start investigating this stuff, it may possibly change your mind to how you were thinking before. And a lot of people that were liberal back in 2020, we're in a different time now. A lot of these people are voting MAGA now. That's why I say the big red tsunami is already here in America. When we take over the midterms, it's going to be a beautiful thing, because we got to get these treasonous people out of our judicial system. They don't belong there. I'm talking about from the federal courts all the way down to the lower courts. We got to get rid of all of them, impeach them, do what we got to do. So therefore, and then plus we got to take the House, take the Senate. This is the only way, because other than that, you know, you see what's happening, though, you know. They're doing this seditious type of stuff, you know. So, yeah. But I thank you guys once again for being a part of something great and things. Yeah, so where's my, hold on for a minute, because I got to give the applauses to people that showed up in the room. I appreciate you guys, though. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you know. Thank you so much. And again, we got to say, make America great again. Make America healthy again. Make America prosperous again. Make America safe again, right? And, you know where I got that from. If you've been to a Trump rally, you know how Trump does it. And I appreciate you guys for being a part of something great, which is Some Random Guy Speaks. Once again, I'm your host, Tony G. And you guys have a great day, whatever weekend that's left. I'm going to get out here. I got to go to work myself. Omega, I'll talk to you offline. I know you out there getting it, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And I told you that Sherry reached out to me through the chat last week. So, Sherry, if you're listening, you know she got her favorite, Miss Chavez. I appreciate you as well, Sweet Pea. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see here. This is what she loved, too. Let's really do that for the ladies. You know, the ladies like that stuff, you know. I like those sounds like that, you know. Robert, before I go, man, it's really ignored, though. You could say F Trump all you want, right? But it doesn't change a thing, man. You know, Trump already have the popular opinion of the people. He has the popular vote as well, though. So you live in America, too, sir. You want America to win, or you have other choice, though, Robert. You can leave. Why don't you do like the celebrities, though, you know? Why be around here, you know? You can leave. You have that choice, too. You have the right to say F Trump all you want, but, again, you're just making yourself look foolish because you have no power whatsoever. The red tsunami is here, sir. You just have to learn to live in it. Once again, I thank you guys, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream, though, you know. It was a beautiful thing, though, boy, it really is. Knocked it out the park again. We had a great time. And, yeah, I always open for dialogue. You don't have to agree with everything. You ain't got to love Trump, but I do love his policies, and I love us winning in America because I live in America, right? I'm going to be against something like that when I live here. That's stupid. That's crazy. Other than that, though, I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you too as well, though. Thank you guys once again. I'm out.